Mo, get it? Mo wants to have a conversation. Mo is the cat. Come on, kitty. Maybe not. What is happening? It is a Wednesday. It is approximately 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Wednesday. So you know what you're going to find me streaming. And what is the stream going to be about today? You ask, you wonder, you have questions. I imagine. Hold on a second. I'm in the middle of typing something here on YouTube. On my YouTube chat, just to make sure YouTube chat knows I'm alive. Alrighty, here we go. YouTube chatterinos. I don't care. Welcome to my wired controller world. I hate it. By the way, it's wired because I realized that my Intel motherboard-based Bluetooth system is not reliable, and it was causing my stream to crash pretty much every other time. That's not good. Cheers, by the way, Diet Coke. First half of the stream is going to be me flying around Microsoft Simulator. I don't know where we're going to go, honestly. I have no idea. I don't even know where I want to go. Second half of the stream is always me playing live music of some kind. It's either guitar or piano day, and today's piano day. Ooh, piano's going to come right in here. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'm looking forward to the whole stream. I love streaming. Third half of the stream is not occurring today. That would be the continued Lego build. Let me just show you where we are. We are continuing the Dark Falcon build here. So this is where we left off on Sunday. Friday, you shall see the continuation. You can see the control room. Control room there. We're going to build the kind of thing around it. This is an exterior part. These are exterior parts, but the rest of the whole outside has yet to be built. There's a dude in the inside here. There's this white Jedi Vader guy. Character. This is from this upcoming show on Disney Plus called Star Wars. What is it called again? Shit. Remake the universe. Rebuild the galaxy. Rebuild the galaxy. It hasn't been on yet. Oh yeah, it includes these. The other set that's part of this Rebuild the Galaxy set is you get an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter. And they have interchangeable wing structures, so you can reverse. And apparently, this is part of the show. This is part of the Rebuild the Galaxy show, which hasn't been on yet. But if you look at the trailer for the Rebuild the Galaxy, you can definitely see this guy, which is a TIE Fighter with X-wings on it. I don't know if they showed this guy, the X-Fighter with the TIE wings on it, but presumably it's in there. It's an alternate universe Star Wars. It's all Lego. And I had a great time building those kits, and I'm having a wonderful time building the Dark Falcon, which is the alternate universe version of the Millennium Falcon. So we're going to jump into the Microsoft. Oh yeah, by the way, regarding this wire, so I'm purchasing a $15 Bluetooth adapter. That's a dongle that you plug into a USB port, and I actually think I might be able to restore the ability of this controller to work wirelessly, which is kind of important to me for various reasons. It's a nice controller though. Each one of these is unique, by the way, the pattern. And I think it might work because it's going to plug into my USB system rather than working on the motherboard underneath my USB system. So I think it'll have to be more reliable, but maybe not. We'll just see. But I'm always experimenting, trying things. If there's a technical issue, it's not that big a deal. It's just one stream. I stream. I've got hundreds and hundreds of them. More than one of them has had technical difficulties. I just wanted to point out today that the stream today, unlike any other day, will be powered by Diet Coke in a glass. Not sponsored, but powered. Now is the time that we have to make those hard decisions. Where the hell are we going to go? And in what kind of conveyance? I kind of want to do the DO-31. Because we need time in it, and it is a challenging and interesting, flight, a thing to fly, independently of the ability of it to be as a decent sightseer. Also the V22, MV22 Osprey. That's a really fun flyer too. So I'm thinking one of those two, something challenging and interesting. How you doing, Meg? Oh, by the way, I guess you guys are still on too, right? So I was kind of watching you, and you guys are having a great stream. So it was good to watch you guys. But yeah, I want to stream for a while, and I don't think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Thursdays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays are going to have to be dedicated to work. Maybe we'll see tomorrow, but Fridays for sure. And so it's going to be fun. So yeah, I gotta pick an airplane. Let's try this DO-31. It's a really crazy plane. I've never tried it in one of these Xbox liveries. I'm sure it doesn't look good, but I don't care. We don't need all the fuel. All right. So second question is where? We don't fly around the Americas all that much. So, I've been doing a lot of Europe. We've pretty much finished up the World 17. But there are, I think it might be fun to fly around some like Caribbean areas. Like, have we been down in this area here? I don't even know what island this is. Barbados. You want me to fly around Cape Town? I'll fly around Cape Town. Of course I'll fly around Cape Town. The thing is I fly around Cape Town all the time, but let's just do it. Now it's right here. We're going to make it daytime. Because it's hard to see at nighttime. But we'll start from where I like to start, which is Easter Platter. Whenever I start in Cape Town, I'm going to change it now. It's 8:40 p.m. there, Courtney. It might be 9:40. I don't know. But the point is, we'll change it to late afternoon. I hope it's a beautiful day there. It's winter there, so I'm not sure it is. But we're going to start at the defunct airbase, and we're going to do a cold start of this plane because that's what I like to do. It's a very unusual aircraft too. This isn't an aircraft with 10 jet engines. Count them. We will. There's 8 on the wings tips facing down, small ones facing vertically in modules, and then 2 in the bottom, which are actually Harrier based. Or they're vector thrust engines. So they have these nozzles on the sides of these jet engines, and you can vary them. Now I've got this new controller here, and the controller is absolutely critical to being able to properly run this plane in advanced mode, meaning I have these 3 levers, and I'll show you in a second how we control the levers inside the plane. A very unusual craft, very experimental. Apparently, they made a couple of these. They did some test flights on it. It wasn't that successful. Okay, to perform vertical alert, you will need to control things, blah blah blah. But it's even more than that because I need to go every single time into here. I need to do some prep work here. It's going to be a little while. That's okay. Advanced on. For some reason, it won't remember. So advanced mode is on. So now that advanced mode is on, I should be able to, yes. Okay. So my right lever is these. Well, okay. Hold on a second here. Okay. It hasn't switched over. Oh, I know the problem. In order for this to work, the other thing I need to do is remap my quadrant controls to this specific one. All right, and now, yes, okay. Now I control that. Those levers on the outside are the thrust vector nozzles. I'll show you that in a second. Then we have 2 sets of throttles. This is for the 2 engines that are under the wing, and this is for the 8 engines that are on the end of the wing, which we don't see yet. They're in those nacelles at the end. And then there's the 2 underwings. Hey, Milo, how you doing? It's great to see you here. Sorry I haven't been around your streams. I really am. I haven't been around that many people's streams. I've been very busy at work, which is good because, the previous year or 2, I was not utilized as much as I'd like to be. And that's probably not going to change till at least the end of the year. So it's like I can only stream. I can't stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, let's start getting some of these. Okay, let me start warming up this plane. It is not that easy. We'll need this open, but first we're going to turn on some stuff up here. Okay, battery on. Beacon lights on. Where are the beacon lights? Generator reset. Leave the alternators off for now. Let's see if I remember this. Beacon lights on. Yeah, busy is good because, and also because I love my job. But I like to stream, and I like to be able to have the time to do it. Okay, first step, turn the battery on. Then, oof, we got to turn all our fuel switches on. Hold on, those are down. Let's see, this is good. That's good. Okay, fuel switches. All these fuel. There's 8 of them. Let's see, because we're eventually going to light all of them up. But most importantly, these starting and landing 7 and 8. Okay. I think these stay that way. No, these want to be open. I'm wrong. Okay. This we don't worry about. Parking brake on. Let's see if we can start one of the engines. So if it works right, we should start to see the RPM come up on one of the engines there. I hear something. That's good. Yeah, but I mean, normally I'm watching like 4 streams at a time, and now I'm like watching 0 streams at a time. It's a big difference for me. It's a big difference. But you know, I see you on there, but I just don't have the ability to do a lot of chatting. And you know, for me, if it's like when it hits RPM 18, what we're gonna do is turn on the fuel supply, which isn't on right now, right? It's here. Right? And there it goes. Or 12. Now we see the percent RPM come up. The temperature's coming up. We don't need that yet. Perfect. Good. Now let's try starting the other engine. We need 2 engines. Well, more than 2 engines. So I just want to see here. The starter's off. Okay. Master. Ignition. Hold on a second. Can't do it from there. Can't do it from here. Just gotta do it from here. Here. Can I do it from here? Can I do it from here? Yes. Starter on. Same position. We should start to see the engine speed up here. Yeah, see RPM on the left engine. When it gets to there, we give it the old fuel, and then it should start. We start seeing ignition, actual ignition. In a second. Ah, there we go. Temperature came up. Nice. So I'm looking at these 2. There's a bunch of dials here, but there's 2 sets of 6 dials on the left. That's the main engines, the 2 main engines. Now you can see here now, those 2 main engines. I'm going to zoom in here. You can see the thrust vectors are pointing to the back. But just using that 3rd lever I have on my quadrant, I can smoothly operate them between down and up. Yeah, she does have a Hectus Kent stash. It'll probably be there for a while too. But no, I it's funny. So there's these. So that's how you control it, because otherwise there's no. You can see there's no exhaust in the back. But we got to get the little engine started. So to do that, we're going to push on our vertical engine control. That now you notice that it starts opening those. That opens up those. It's a crazy plane. And now we should be able to start. And again, there's 16. Let me see if I can get up close here. Hold on. Where is it? Here they are. Okay. So there's 16 gauges, and you can see the temperature gauges are coming right up. It takes a while for these. Now I'm increasing the. It takes a while for these little engines, these little tiny engines, these 4 engines on each side, to come up to speed, and we're going to need all of them to do anything. By the way, we got to do some electrical work here. So let me get back to the electrical panel. Okay, that's good. That one's good. This is all good. We can put the cover down. Okay, now up here, right up here, alternators go on. That turns those red lights out. We can start putting our taxi lights on, nav lights, formation lights, taxi lights. We don't really have taxi lights. Yes, what are these? Do these do anything? Interior lights, demisting. I don't think that's doing anything. Okay. Generators. Okay, no, that's all good. Platform. Okay, do we have the radio on? We do. Let's go. Let's try to go somewhere. We'll fly around Cape Town a bit. It'll be fun. Just depart straight out. This is a very challenging plane to fly. And it's a very cool plane to fly. All right, so we can taxi, I believe. What happened? How did my radio turn off? Something bad happened. Hold on. That's not it. That's fine. This is all good, right? These are all masters on, right? Oh, I had to turn my starters off.
Taxi to and hold short runway 20 using taxiway Alpha Catch 9er.
Usually the starters automatically turn off. Okay, so those nacelles are facing backwards. We should be able to taxi. There we go. Some speed going here. Where does it want us to taxi to? Okay, that direction. Okay, we're going to taxi. Towards the runway. Out this way. Make some turns here. Do I not have braking? I brake using these. Yeah, that's interesting. It doesn't seem to want to brake. That's not good. I wonder if I have to turn on braking systems. Parking brake on. Oh, that was the problem. I already have my brakes on. Interesting. Yeah, got it. Okay. We didn't need that much gas. All right, let's move up to the runway and take off. It is a beautiful day in Cape Town. Some clouds. Now, again, it's nighttime there in the real world. But in the flight sim world, we can change it to be a little more in the afternoon. I kind of want to... We're going to fly around the airport. We'll probably go up to Table Mountain, too. We don't need anywhere near this whole runway, so half the runway is more than enough. We're basically going to take off almost vertically. Not quite. Okay, so I'll show you for very short takeoff how this is going to work. First, we're going to line up on the runway and stop. Again, we only got half the runway. Very short takeoff. Okay, parking brake on. Let's get ready for this. We want to start warming up, and you can see these 16 things here. I want to start warming. Got to make sure they're in the grain, because we're going to need a lot of force, and they take a while to spool up. So I'm basically giving full power to those little 8 engines on the side. Now, they're not lifting yet. Now, I'm changing the angle to about there, about 45 degrees of my thrust vectors. Then we're going to move up, thrust all the way on our main engines. And this is kind of what happens. It starts moving forward kind of slowly, but then it just pops right off the runway. Almost like a helicopter. Barely needs anything. Okay, gear up. And flaps up. Well, it wasn't? I thought it was. Alright, gear up. Gear's going up. And now we can start moving, we can start transitioning by reducing some thrust to the engines, to those side engines. We don't need them anymore because we're moving forward. And transitioning the pods on the bottom to be facing into the rear. And then we can go ahead and reduce thrust entirely. And then you'll see that those nacelles on the, my middle thrust lever is now off. Okay, so you can see there's the two there. That's the main engine. Then there's this, which is the position of the nacelles. This is off. Those are the side engines. Don't need them anymore. Don't need them. We're moving fast. In fact, we're going to start moving down the thrust of our main engine so we don't overspeed. So Table Mountain, of course, is the most dramatic feature. From this direction, it doesn't look quite as flat as flat as it does from the city and from most areas. It's kind of a school right at the base there. There's a bunch of paths and there's a cable car, and you can drive. There's a bunch of ways of going. And there's even there's a little place you can, I don't know, maybe you eat there or at least stop over there. This plane is crazy. I love it. It's just so unique and different. They did build a couple of them, but I had never even heard of it. Okay, so we're fully transitioned to regular old flight here. And this is kind of the downtown area. So, you know, there's people kind of living up there, and you can see how flat Table Mountain looks from this whole area. It's pretty cool. But we're gonna check out and fly over Cape Town International. By the way, you can see how the trains come in there and the transportation system. As Mord likes to say, Cape Town's a lot like San Diego. But it is a little smaller. It's smaller. But not much. It is definitely small. I mean, I'm sorry. San Diego is pretty huge. I mean, I could fly over San Diego anytime and show you the difference. You can see the difference. There is definitely very much of a bay setting to both. But certainly San Diego doesn't have any dramatic backdrop like that. That's for sure. And the other thing to do is to literally be able to fly and then land vertically like a helicopter on the top of Table Mountain. That's a challenging exercise, so we might have to do that near the end. You know, I don't care if I crash. Oh, by the way, I wanted to demonstrate today what happened on yesterday's or Monday's television program. At the end of the segment when I was flying my Saab B-17. One of the two tanks has one engine, right? One of the two tanks ran out of gas. And I hear it kind of going, you know, RPMs going down. I'm like, fine, there's a lever, switch from one tank to the other. And that's normal. I have a lot of planes that have a manual tank arrangement, manual switchover from one tank to the other. So there's two wing tanks. There's a left one and a right one, and you start on left. And then when you occasionally during flight, you should be checking that. Anyway, so I ran out of tank on my left tank, so I switched to my right. Engine didn't restart. It should restart automatically. So Hobie after the thing said, "Oh yeah, there's a bug now." Which is if you run one of your tanks dry, if you have two tanks and you run completely dry, it won't take fuel from the other tank. And I confirmed that after the show. I literally ran one tank dry, saw that the plane, the engine was losing power. Noticed that when I switched over to the other tank, it wouldn't start up. And then when I added just a tiny amount of fuel to the off tank, the empty tank, it started taking fuel from the right tank, from the full tank. Which is obviously a bug. Hold on a second here. I might have to quit my stream today. Hold on. No, I think I'm okay. I just have a meeting at 1. Or when is it? 12:30. Okay. I have to have a short stream today. Hi, Charles. This is actually Cape Town. So this is Cape Town International Airport. Okay, I just found out I have it's kind of an important meeting at 12:30. So we'll discuss, basically my company has kind of added some new software to my computer, which, security software, which is designed to prevent us from doing administration things on our computer, install software and the like. And so I tried to, I had an automatic update of a plugin, and that failed. Computer, cancel. Jesus, man.
This device is up to date. Canceling.
The fuck? It's creepy that that Alexa's listening to me at all times. Anyway, it's a work-related issue, and I will have to take a look at it. But hey, this is gorgeous. Okay, so this is the main Cape Town airport. From the high up there. Well, where is it? Hold on a second. We're gonna go over to right there. There it is. Let's fly over Cape Town International again. Sorry again. I'm gonna have to leave in 25 minutes, and then so it's not even gonna be a piano stream today. It happens. My job is definitely the priority here, since streaming doesn't pay anything. Well, I get a few bucks a month, a couple bucks a month out of it. It's not nothing. But I sure enjoy, playing music and streaming. And usually, as I say, I can do anything. I mean, I have my time is completely free during the week. I have very few scheduled meetings. But today we had an unspecified, as I say, a unpredicted unscheduled meeting just happened. So I'm getting ready to, I'm going to have to prepare for that in about 20 minutes. But you know what? We're going to be able to try to land. We're going to do this, what I really want to do, which is transition. Oh, the other thing I want to do is demonstrate what happens. Boy, they see all the planes down there at the airport. It's a pretty nice model. That's Cape Town International there. I think it's been upgraded, but I think there's even a better one that you can buy if you really like it. I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to crash. The other thing, again, I wanted to do is demonstrate this bug, which is in the B-17. This plane doesn't exhibit it. It does not have a primitive fuel management system. And yeah, Cape Town is big. Now, there's a lot of it is to the north there, too, like on the coast. It goes way up the coastline to the north. Last time we flew around, we went to the nuclear power plant, which is one of the very few nuclear power plants in Africa. So you can still see we're flying basically like a regular plane. It's very easy to fly. It's a beautiful plane. But shortly, we're going to be changing that. And we're going to transition into more of a helicopter mode. And it's going to get kind of crazy, I think, and dangerous. But that's the name of the game. Sightseeing streams from less than 2,000 feet. I was looking at the category again, the Microsoft Flight Simulator category this morning. And once again, noticing that it is entirely filled with people who are flying jets, large jets, jumbo jets, jetliners. From point A to point B, it usually takes several hours to get there at 36,000 feet, which is really exciting in Flight Simulator. You know, I get it. But we're going to go around the back of Table Mountain here. I don't even know what all this is. This may not be the best part of Cape Town, this part here. But there's water all around because this is the southernmost tip of Africa right here. So that's water. That water is the Atlantic Ocean, and that water is the Indian Ocean. It's pretty cool. I mean, geographically, it's quite amazing. All right, we're gonna have to start climbing to get up to where we want to go. We're gonna climb up. But I'm good. It's good to be busy. I wish I could have streamed later after this meeting, because then I could have had like a 2-hour stream. But I'm actually doing other stuff today as well, trying to be productive. All right. So now's the time I want to start. Okay, it's thinking for a second. I want to start thinking about turning on my little engines here. Give me a second. It's just doing some garbage collection. Okay. All right, so it's going to open up these. I'm starting to move these down a little bit too. So there's a lake or a reservoir up here. Okay, we're starting to spool up our little engines there. I think they're starting to come up. It's going to take them a while for them to spool up, which is why I'm starting them now. I got full flaps. So this place I want to try to land is right up here. Okay, let's see if I can establish some hover here. I don't think, I mean, I don't know, we'll see. It's going to be tricky. I got full power to those engines. You can barely hear, you can really kind of just barely hear them. Yeah, it's really hard to land here. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not really a stable platform here. though. You never know. Oh, now I'm sinking. Now I'm sinking. More power. Full power. So basically all my thrust is going straight down. So I can kind of hover, but it's not easy. This is crazy hard. A little more power. We can go up. We're going up slowly. But yeah, I guess that's what the little overlook looks like at the top of Table Mountain. You can see how incredibly close we are. Anybody below us would be being burned by the exhaust right now, by the way. We can't really land on this. Maybe we can land here. Brakes on. Nice. We'll call that a landing. Brakes are on. Whew. Boy, my knuckles are and my toes are curled. Because the other thing is if you're on a slope and you're too sloped, your brakes won't hold. But yeah. Okay, so we get out. We have lunch on the top of Table Mountain. How much time do I have? I got another like 10 minutes. Yeah, I think we can take off from here. Let's find out. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is open these up and get these spinning. So I'm watching these 16 knobs here. It takes them a good... Here, let me see if I can close up here. You see these 16 things there until they get absolutely full. You can see how it takes them. It takes them a good, like, oh, after I turn the throttle on, oh, a good 15 seconds before they start producing full thrust. They're still going. Now they're thinking about it. All right, so we get full thrust from those engines. Now we're going to get full thrust working up from these engines. Keep the parking brake on because I don't want to go anywhere. Let it work up. Let it work up. I think eventually it's going to lift us right off. There we go. There we go. There we go. We lifted right off the area there. Just barely. Just barely has enough thrust to completely lift its own weight, which is cool. Okay, so we start slowly transitioning to forward thrust here by moving the nacelles, then start moving these down a little bit. So I'm moving my thrust vectors, and we're going to get some good speed going here pretty quickly. And meanwhile, I'm going to turn off my side engines so you can see them close up there. And we turn into a flying plane again, and not a helicopter. It's a wild craft. That's for sure. So again, there's downtown. We landed up there. It's not a helicopter, and it's a lot harder to land than a helicopter. All right, this comes down. Okay, but yeah, being able to have full control over the thrust vectors, those vector nozzles moving around right now, and full control over separate throttle for the 4 engines on the side is very critical. So you can see up north, kind of past this base here, that's where a lot of people live. I was actually looking at where Jazzy and Meg had their birthday, I guess when they went out for drinks, Jazzy's birthday dinner, and it's not that far from here. I'll kind of show you close to where it is, because I could see the view of the city and Table Mountain, and from that angle, you know, if you have an angle, then you can usually see where you are. I mean, you know, from Flight Simulator. I think it's down not quite here, but I'll show you in a second. I think there's like a lot of, you know, seaside businesses here, right down there. Places to live. You know, everybody wants to live by the sea. Somewhere around here, I think. But this looks nice. I like this. And then the other thing is that right up again, it's not too far, but I'll show you where it is. We went over the nuclear power plant. There's only, you know, it's pretty cool. It doesn't have, nothing sticks out where the cooling tower should be, or the or the what we call the containment building. But you can still see the photos. You see them in photos. This plane is really a fun plane to fly. Once you know how it works, and specifically having this throttle quadrant where I can do this control of the different parts of the plane very accurately. So let's see. Let's try starting to transition back to. So I can start to get some power from those and pull this down here a little bit. So we'll slow down a bit here. So I'm turning my nozzles down to about there, 45 degrees. Where is it? Is it there? I'm forgetting. I think it's a little further up here. Could be wrong. Might have been back there. I can't remember. No, it's further up. I think. Yeah, it's further up. Okay, so let's go back like this. Get some speed. Yeah, I didn't really have any place special to go today, and Meg wanted to drop in, so like, sure. This is one of those. It's got a golf course, and your houses live on the golf course, so that could be nice. I don't know why people don't live there. I don't think I'd want to live on a golf course since I don't golf. But you never know. Maybe I would if I did. But boy, they're very popular here in California. That is golf courses that. They have, they're in part of housing developments that are planned for golfers. I think it's up here. 99% sure. Okay, let's get these open again. Get these speed going. So as I mentioned, there's a nuclear power plant, but for various security reasons, they don't have three-dimensional models of the containment buildings, which would stick out right here where you see those kind of things that look like tanks. So right over here, there's two of them. Those are containment buildings, and there's probably cooling towers as well that aren't really visible. But so it doesn't look like really much of a plant, but it is a nuclear power plant. Pretty cool. See if we can turn around. So I'm going to put my flaps down. Oops, these all the way to there. Less of these. More like that. What's going on here? All right, so we should be able to kind of hover over here. Going up, I want to go up. I want to stop. Less power. Now more power. Less power. Yeah, see, I'm lighter now, so I don't need like the full power of the 8 engines to hover. It's interesting. Again, I'm just trying to get stick time in on this plane, because it has these interesting flight dynamics where you can kind of turn it into a helicopter. Very interesting dynamics. Really, really hard to describe unless you're pushing all these levers. But it is controllable to some extent. Not a full extent. Like, it's hard to completely get it into hover mode. I'm like, got the stick all the way back. All the way back. So I should be able to stop entirely here. Yeah, it's a little hard to control. I mean, it's very hard to control, I gotta say. Where can we land around here? We land right here? Safely? Sure, why not? Close enough. Close enough. All right, that's a show. Unfortunately, again, I really wish I could do a full show today, but it is going to be a partial show. I have to get ready for a last-minute meeting regarding some stuff that I need to participate in. Shouldn't be a big meeting, but it is going to break up my ability for me to do a regular long stream. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the first time I tried this livery. All right, well, we do have time to shut her down. Give me a second here. All right, shut her down. Shut the engines down. How do we do that? Hold on a second. Can I play in Malaysia? Next time I will, for sure. Unfortunately, I have to have a short stream today. But I generally do like to, you know, if somebody says, hey, here's a destination, you give me a more specific destination because you got all of Malaysia. All right, turning off the fuel pumps for the side engines. Well, they're not on, so that's not going to have any effect, but that's okay. 8 of them. All 8 of them. Now, to turn off the engines, what you really want to do is go in here and turn off your masters. Meanwhile, you're going to go in and turn off the generators. They're not doing anything with the engines off. Kuala Lumpur to Langkawi. That would be a fantastic idea. You know, I'm fortunately not going to stream tomorrow because it's a Thursday. I'm really mad. But Friday, for sure. So if you can join Friday, it's around the same time. I like to stream around the same time every day. So my timing is around the same. I started, but you know, because I also have a regular job during the week, at least my weekday streams can be cut short. But we will do. I start 11. You'll have to look this up. 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. But that was roughly an hour ago, or 45 minutes ago. So 45 minutes ago, but Friday, not Thursday. But for sure, we're going to do Malaysia. We're going to go from Kuala Lumpur to Langkawi. Kuala Lumpur also offers a lot of sightseeing techniques. Now, I won't be flying a jet. I won't be flying a big jet because I don't do them. California, the United States. United States. Okay, but listen, unfortunately, and again, I'm going to sincerely apologize for last-minute meetings being scheduled. I have to get going. So there'll be... set a notification. Well, now that you're following me, also when I go live, you might get a go live notification. I'm really upset that I cannot do a full stream today. I'm not upset. It's just I'm actually quite happy about it. But it is one of those things, due to me being a high-paid software engineer for a major U.S. bank, that's always going to take precedence over streaming. But usually, it's only very rare occasions that I have to kind of interrupt a stream due to meetings, etc. Hold on. Main menu, just getting out of this thing here. But yeah, because I love to stream places where people are like, oh, you know, I've definitely streamed where somebody says, well, I live in this, small town near Helsinki. Well, let's go. We're going there. So, people have come in from England. I have a friend comes here a lot from India. But today, unfortunately, we did a Cape Town tour, and that's going to be it. Friday will be another stream. Malaysia, I'm looking forward to it. Kuala Lumpur is a great city. I believe in the game, too. I mean, it's a great city, but even in the game, there's a lot of interesting stuff there. I'm going to have to say goodbye due to a meeting starting in 10 minutes. I keep repeating myself. But I'll see you guys Friday.